what can an organization be doing to become AI fueled and see the kind of success that these AI early adopters that you chronicle in the book have enjoyed?
Yeah, well, it's some degree of vision, an ability to connect what AI can do with the kind of business problems that the organization is facing. It means that typically these senior decision makers are going to need to know a fair amount about AI and how it might progress. And in the book, I talk about one company. Most of the companies are really big. This one's sort of middle size. It's, I don't know, 800 million in revenues or so. It's called CCC Intelligent Solutions. It's been around for a while, but CCC used to involve, collateral. It was a company that provided collateral values for cars that got um, crunched in crashes. And now they do image recognition. And so if you have a car accident, you can take a few photos of your car. And with some companies like USAA, you can, assuming that there's no possibility of sort of underlying frame damage, they'll give you an estimate basically within seconds. And for that to happen, the CEO, who's a technically oriented guy, Yitesh Ramamurthy is his name, had to be aware of the possibility that this image recognition was going to mature, aware that smartphone cameras were going to increase a lot in their ability to take high quality, high resolution photos. And start to develop that capability, long before it was really fully ready. I think they were working on it for a decade or so before they did a deal with USAA. So that takes guts, and it takes the ability to sort of look into the future and to have some knowledge, some pretty substantial knowledge of the progression of technological capability.
Right. Yeah. So, not only an understanding of the potential of AI in general, but also the underlying technologies, consumer technologies, perhaps, or industrial technologies, and where those are going. So you can say, in about 5 years, consumer phones will have cameras that are good enough that we could have this capability. We need to start going on the infrastructure and the legal frameworks internally to be able to handle uh, processing images and making decisions automatically in about 5 years.
Yeah. And this same company, by the way, is, I think by the time autonomous vehicles come out, they'll be ready with some ability to help insurance companies decide, which vehicle was at fault. And vehicles are throwing off massive amounts of data even now.
Mhm.
And so they can start to gather and model that data in order to help make decisions about it.
And you just gave me a light bulb around how we could end up going in the direction of autonomous vehicles in the future, regardless what your average person thinks. Which is, yeah, you're nodding your head. You already know, you already thought of this, which is that insurance companies could just say your premiums will be a tenth of what they would otherwise be if you just let your machine drive all the time, as opposed to yourself. You'll have to pay 10 times as much every month if you want to handle the steering wheel.
Well, that would make sense. And, it would be relatively easy for them to do because a lot of these companies, starting with Progressive, who we talk about in the book, are doing continuous monitoring of human driving anyway. Maybe they would say, you're not a very safe driver. You should turn over more to the machine, to the autonomous vehicle. On the other hand, this other person, you're a very safe driver. We're not going to give you as much of a discount if you make that conversion. So again, it could be a more granular calculation than saying everybody will reward everybody for moving to this technology.